Hi there, my name is Abraham Chavez, aka Abe Rule, and today for my gameplay diary, I'm going to be showing the game Sid Meier's Civilization 5. So let me just quickly start this up real quick. Okay, so here it goes. Just let it run, and then once we get to the main screen, I'll start talking about the game itself. So I'm sorry for the wait. Let me just try to quickly scoot this along here. Alright, so Sid Meier's Civilization 5. I've been playing this game for quite a few years now. I really started playing this type of game from the PS3 version called Sid Meier's Civilization Revolution. So that was like the first installment that was for the PS3, but now I'm kind of hooked to the PC Mac version. So let's just click to continue and get this started. So you can either play multiplayer or single player. I enjoy single player, so we'll do that. And you can set up the game however you want. Pick your civilization, your favorite one. There's my favorite one is Rome, the Romans. But that's just showing you the various. I'm just showing you the various civilizations and who you can be. They all have different like plus food and culture, and the Egyptians have plus 20% production. So they all have their pluses and minuses. So back, so it will be the Romans. You can pick the type of map, continents, Pangea, Earth. I'm just gonna pick regular Earth. Map size, I usually do standard. Difficulty level. Um, if you really want to be challenged, you'll pick deity. But for me, just casual, like Prince, game pace, just standard. You can have it on really quick game pace, so everything's sped up. But I like it standard, so we'll start the game. And this is just a quick intro to Romans, the preamble, and then you can start. All right, let's just wait for this to start up, and I'll finally begin talking about this game. All right, so I'm just going to begin my journey. So basically, what Sid Meier's Civilization 5 is, it's a strategy game. So you have your civilization, you have to build it up, you have to take it through the ups and downs, and okay, hold on, this lady's talking. Let me just mute this, cause excuse me, lady, I'm talking. Okay, so you have a civilization, and as you can see here, you start off with a settler and one warrior. So you're basically nothing. You're just like a little tribe. And throughout the game, very helpful. You have these advisors that tell you what they think you should do. Basically, building a building, or from the extent of building a building to making a contracting a warrior, or making or how do you say it? Or exploring a specific technology. You have various advisors in the game that tell you what you should do. So it's very helpful. So this lady right here is telling us that this is a very good place to start our civilization. So I'm just going to say thank you and continue. And this foreign advisor is saying that I should consider sending warriors to explore the new territory, and that's what I'm going to do. So we can start off here. You have your settlers, your warriors. To play the game, you just need to move with the left arrow, right arrow, up, down, the arrow keys. And then with your mouse, you can move the cursor. And as well, if you drag the mouse along the edges, you can move too. But basically, you click on what you want, and then you can move them, do nothing, let them sleep, or reveal additional actions. You can pretty much just kill off the unit. So I'm just gonna found my city, and I have my warriors. I'm just gonna send them over that way, see what I can find. And ooh, ruins are close. And what ruins do is ruins. If you uncover a ruins, you get like a secret. So it can be either like a regular unit, or you can learn technology that hasn't been learned yet. So that's the extent of finding a ruin. So basically, you have to build up your civilization. So you start off here, production chooser. Thank you, whatever. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna build a monument, and what that does, it adds culture. So I want my civilization to be cultured, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'll find these ruins as soon as I end my this turn that I'm on. So I'm gonna go on my tech, oh, my technology. Thank you for that. And I usually like to start with pottery. It's just the first technology, so I'm basically just gonna I'm basically just gonna use that. Okay, so you saw that in the game. You have to pick a production, choose the technology that you want to learn, as well as move units from space to space. And as you can see here, um, the map is hexagonal. I don't know if you can tell that right now, kind of hexagonal, but when I do move, you'll see that. But basically, you choose your civilization, build it up, and you just want to be the top civilization in the world. You want to either win by militaristic means, by raging war on your enemies and just leaving them in utter ash, or you can do other peaceful methods. Okay, hold on. Thank you, advisor. So basically, you can do peaceful methods, which is to build certain wonders of the world, and that makes your civilization cultured. So, alright, like you see the hexagonal moving scheme. You you're left with your cursor, click on the move them around, move them that way, see what I can find. So yeah, peaceful means is building wonders, gives culture to your civilization, you can make it great. Also, very important is technology. That if you're more advanced, obviously you can create more advanced things. Let me just X my turn. So you create more advanced things, and ultimately to win in a technological victory is by creating an Alpha Centauri, which is just basically a spaceship, and you send it up to space, and you make like another little civilization in space. So that's like the main thing for technological victory, but obviously war victory, the militaristic victory, you just gotta annihilate every single, or not every single one. You can. That's like ultimately, if you kill off all the civilizations you take over, you basically just take over all their cities and stuff. But there is a timer, so this game doesn't go on forever. It seems like it's really long, but you basically have to get as much, you have to run as much civilizations as you can to have the militaristic victory. So here, there's gold here. This is being important for our wealth, because you have money. If you see up here, +4. That's how much science we're having. +5. We have 15 gold in total. The happiness. This is golden age, meaning the next time we're gonna evolve into the eras. So basically in this game, right now this is ancient times, and as you progress through technology and various other things, you go through eras. So like the Bronze Age and stuff like that, where you learn how to have armor and stuff like that, the wheel, and that progresses your civilization. And yeah, so the eras also bring on certain technologies that you can learn. So like if you're in the ancient age, you can't learn how to have gunpowder. So it's a evolution to game. So right here, you see this little boundary. This is going to be a city state. That's actually, so it's not a real civilization, but a city state, which is like not governed by anyone. It's their own people. But if you really do good things for them, like they might ask you to help fend off some barbarians, and if you do that, then they provide you with certain things. So I'm gonna go over here and try to see if I can. Oh, there, Kuala Lumpur. So that's gonna be the city state, and we're the first ones. It says here we're the first ones to meet them, so we get 30 gold. Trait: they're cultured, personality irrational, ally with nobody, nearby resources, and next to marble. So it gives you all this stuff, and they give you added bonuses. I guess obviously we got that gold bonus for or for finding them first, but if you befriend them, then you get bonuses over time. And yeah, I'm sorry for this. This game is really fun, but it is it tends to be kind of boring in the beginning stages, like most games seem to be. You have to build up your stuff, have warriors, learn technology. So it is gonna take a good while until I actually until it's actually um, exciting and fun to watch. But I'm sorry, this video is not gonna encompass the fun to watch because it does take a good while to get action. So I'm gonna go over another topic of this game in which I learned. So by playing this game, I learned that there is a whole globe out there. It seems kind of weird that I'm saying that, but obviously there's a world out there. But if you look at yourself in real life, you're like me. I'm in the U.S., in California, kind of away from a lot of people, and across the world there's all these other countries that have their customs and what they like to do, their favorite sports, food, drinks. So it's a huge world. And in this time in real life, for me, I feel like I'm kind of closed off from the world. So by playing this, you feel like you're actually running a real civilization, basically leading it from the ground up. And throughout the game, you progress. Okay, so we can look at we have a new we can do all my advisors are telling me to do animal husbandry, so we'll do that. So yeah, so you're building up a civilization, and you have various other civilizations that are also living in the same world as you. So they're also trying to build up. They have their own people, their own warriors, their own buildings, their own everything. So basically, what this teaches you, it kind of opens up your eyes and to think globally, what your presence can do in the world. So in this game, you can be the leader for peace and learn a lot new technologies. So that basically progresses your civilization. But if you think about it in real life, if you're really advanced, you can try to help the whole world to try to you know create to make life easier on the whole world as well as have an easier life for yourself. So by playing this game, it is more self-centered, but if you really think about it, it actually shows what real world life is. And if you're like this big warmonger and you like to have that military victory, then obviously you're gonna have a lot of warriors and you're gonna be more uneasy to the world. You walking around and you snooping around each other's borders is gonna ultimately cause a war, and that's what you can do in this game. You can have nukes once you learn the Manhattan Project. You can have tanks and missiles, and once you get far enough to the future, you have these like these robotic warriors and stuff like that. So it is it is very globalized. This game helps you think globally. Doesn't keep you self-centered because what you have to do. It also teaches micromanaging. So you do have to micromanage the world, and if you don't micromanage, you'll lose gold. You'll lose your warriors if you're in a war. You'll lose um, precious time because you're always trying to beat off, or you're trying to be the better civilization. In general. So if you don't progress and micromanage your civilization, your each city building something, looking to see what your neighbors are doing, um, you will be left behind, and that's what kind of the game is. You have to be you have to be competitive and ahead of your competition. You have to be the best one. So basically, this is another part of the game called social policies, and what this does is, depending on you pick, you get bonuses. So tradition, you get culture, liberty, you get more governments. Because right now we're basically in a despotistic or like despotism, I believe. It's where just it's under one ruler, and they whatever they say goes. But if you do this, you can I just picked liberty. You can kind of learn democracy and stuff like that, and you get added bonuses. Like you get speed, or you get settlers if you do this bonus. You get citizenship, workers, and workers are very important. Without workers, you can't really cultivate the land or build anything. So that's very important. So liberty is a good step. Okay, so I am kind of just walking around here aimlessly. Or you see here, these are some barbarians. And finally, I got some scouts, and they're able to move a lot quicker than my warriors, so I can be able to look over the entire map as soon as I progress. So I need to also build something new. I can probably build a worker so I can cultivate my land. See, I have some elephants here, and right here some silk, good for culture. Um, Plains right here. I believe like if you cut down the forest, you get just regular plains, and that's good for to create cultivated land. But you also need the woods to you also need the woods to be able to have production or to build things. So this I'm gonna all right, thank you. So let's see this. And the combat system has been really advanced in this. You see here, they're on. If I look at this battle, I would have a minor victory. My guys are more advanced, but they also have a hill advantage. So I'll just attack. See what happens here. All right, kind of even, So that's how the battling is. Once you get more advanced units, it's really fun to have like war and battle and stuff. So I have another ruin discovered, and yeah, to cultivate the land resources, to get gold, you need workers. Workers basically do everything to cultivate the whole land. So your resources are also very important to you succeeding in the overall picture. And yeah, so if you're a first time player of Sid Meier's, basically just jump on in. Um, the tips, the advisors that show up that were, throughout this video, there's been advisors showing up. They basically tell you certain things and what you should do. And if you, like I was saying, if you're a first time player, it's not that hard to get the gist of it. It's just pretty much a micromanaging. Obviously, winning is going to take a lot more time to be successful. But to just end up to know how to play the game, just jump on in. Um, if you watch this video, you'll know to move with the arrow keys. I'm not sure if it tells you that you need to move with these, or obviously the mouse is universal to move the cursor and stuff like that. So you just jump on in. Usually it's WASD or the arrow keys to move. So basically in this game it's the arrow keys. You can change that, I believe, in the settings. And you just jump on in, create your civilization. The advisors can help you go through each step, and yeah, you just progress. You get advice overall. If you're a veteran to the game already, then you can turn off the advisors. So you might be like, oh, I know everything now, so you don't need advisors. But um, it is important if you're a first time player to actually listen. So we saw there, I defeated the barbarians, and you get more experience with your fighters the more you fight, obviously. So with that being said, that's the overall gist. You just gotta be the ultimate civilization. You can win by fighting, being cultured, having the best technology, and basically you just gotta be the badass, the badass civilization. So I'm gonna relay this game to some of the topics that we learned in class. Recently today we went over the game Flow, and basically the creator of that game wanted to create or show the graph of the real life implications that his game is trying to attack. So in real life, let's say it's school related. If you're there's a he During the discussion we saw like a graph on the y-axis. It's called challenge or difficulty, and on the x-axis it's called skill. So this basically adheres to the challenging and skills of everyday people. So if you do a graph of y-axis challenge, x-axis skill on yourself, let's say you in school you take very difficult classes, but your skill wise is not up to par to the difficulty of the class, then you're obviously going to have anxiety, and you're not going to feel like you're succeeding. But on the other hand, if you're taking very easy classes and you're taking very easy classes and your skill is way more advanced than the easy classes, then you're gonna be bored. You're not gonna be learning. You're not gonna be challenged. So what this guy, the creator of Flow, what he's suggesting is that we all need to be in this flow region, where like a happy medium where material is challenging, but it also adheres to our level of skill. So in the game, you kind of have to be in the flow, ironically, and you have to build up your species. Or I don't really understand the big gist of it, but basically the real world implications is what I understood. But the game I don't really understand. But basically, what I just explained actually does adhere to this game too, Civ 5, where difficulty in this game could be really difficult, where to the point where you just want to stop playing because you just keep getting demolished by the AI. So that's if you like that difficulty, but it also has to adhere to your skill. If you're very skilled, then play on the high difficulty. But if you're very if you like um a balanced game, then play balanced, play normal, where the difficulty will not like make you angry. Well, like the creator of Flow, he wants us to be in the flow, meaning that happy medium, where we're learning to be ourselves, as well as not stepping beyond our means. Well, we should step beyond our means. We should try to strive for greatness, or to strive for something that's better than what we already have. But like the sign, like the school implication, where take courses that will challenge you, but you have to have that skill set to be able to succeed. And this game kind of provides that. If you're a skilled player, play that higher difficulty. If you're not, play that normal. Then once you master that normal, you might gain those skills over time. That leads you to the point where you can finally play in that higher difficulty. So this game is just it's really awesome. Right now it is kind of boring, I'm sorry for that, but I just wanted to talk about the overall points of it. And basically, yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, really enjoy this game. You can play this immersively for hours, and you'll just be staring at the screen for a couple hours, and you'll just look at the time and be like, where has the time gone? So it's that type of game. It's really fun. Build your cities, become the greatest civilization, win by means of war, peace, culture, stuff like that. It's a really fun game, and thanks for watching. So I'm just gonna exit the game here, and see you next time.